They're off in the Kentucky Derby. And Summer Is Tomorrow had a great start and goes immediately to the early lead. Messier is away running with speed. Crown Pride to the outside. Epicenter is going to be taken back a bit down toward the inside as Tapa goes up outside of Chargent. And farther out and close to the pace is Cyberknife. Then comes on the outside Zozos as they race by us for the first time. It will be Summer Is Tomorrow to lead the way. Crown Pride on the outside second. Messier follows in third. Zozos fourth. Cyberknife is fifth to the outside. And then it's Tapa, Chargent behind them. Epicenter finds himself in mid-pack here. Pioneer Medina, Smile Happy next, and then Zandon to the inside and wide of Mario. Classic Causeway is after that. They're followed by Tawny Port. As they head to the backstretch, Simplification is next. Then comes Tiz the Bomb, Rich Strike, Modonigal to the inside, and then the two trailers up the backstretch are Barber Road and Happy Jack. That opening half mile was, blazing fast. 45.36 seconds for Summer Is Tomorrow, who heads up the backstretch in front, with Japan's Crown Pride right alongside, and Messier goes up in between those two. The pace continues to be hot. Zozos is next after 3/4 in 1 minute 10 and 4/5 seconds, and now Epicenter comes splitting horses and is moving up quickly as Crown Pride takes the lead around the far turn. It is Crown Pride battling with Messier. They're stride for stride. Epicenter and Zozos in behind them. Cyberknife swings up on the outside. Zandon gets the rail run, and they're into the stretch. And it's Messier, Crown Pride, and Epicenter is coming up on the outside. Epicenter has taken the lead as they arrive into the final furlong. Zandon is coming after him. Epicenter and Zandon, these two, stride for stride. Simplification down the outside is next. They're coming down to the wire. Epicenter, Zandon, Rich Strike is coming up on the inside. Oh my goodness, the longest shot has won the Kentucky Derby. Rich Strike has done it in a stunning, unbelievable upset. They're off in the Preakness. Early voting as expected has Early Speed and Armagnac 2. It's these two out to the front. Skippy Longstocking on the far outside. Simplification down toward the rail. Fenwick is in between those two. Then comes Creative Minister toward the inside. Happy Jack is next. Epicenter taken well off the pace by Joel Rosario. They are second last early, leading the filly Secret Oath, who's last of them all, as they race for that first turn. The pace is not all that fast. 24.32 seconds for that opening quarter mile. And it's the longest shot of the race in front. Armagnac is the leader as they make their way to the backstretch. Early voting taken to the outside. Now a length back, running in second by 2. Simplification tracks in third. Happy Jack fourth to the outside. Creative Minister is fifth. Epicenter sitting right behind him. 6 lengths behind, right alongside of Skippy Longstocking and Fenwick. Secret Oath is last of them all here. 47 and 2/5 seconds for this half mile as they continue up the backstretch with Armagnac in front, moving for the far turn. Early voting on the outside is second. Armagnac in early voting will take them into the turn 1-2, and Creative Minister is right behind them. Then Simplification. Meanwhile, Epicenter is on the rail, in behind a wall of horses. He's 5 lengths off the lead as they round the far turn. Early voting comes up to the neck of Armagnac and pokes ahead in front. Secret Oath has made her run now, and here she comes from the back of the pack. She has stormed up into third. Creative Minister fourth. Epicenter cuts the corner in fifth, and they're into the stretch. And it's Early Voting who comes into the final furlong with a 3-length lead. Secret Oath is second. Epicenter is on the rail. Behind them, Creative Minister. Then it's Armagnac. It is Early Voting reaching for the wire. Epicenter closing on the inside. Early Voting, Epicenter. Early Voting comes inside and wins it. He wins the Preakness by a length and a half. The final leg of this Triple Crown. They're all in line, and we are ready for the start. They're off in the Belmont Stakes, and the filly Nest stumbled coming out of the gate, and We the People goes out to the early lead. Skippy Longstocking is away running in second. Golden Glider came out third. Barber Road much closer to the pace today, and Nest is being sent through an opening on the inside after that early stumble. Then Creative Minister, the Kentucky Derby winners near the back of the pack early. Rich Strike is last now, and Mo Donegal is gone by him. So it's We the People leading the way through a 23.99 opening quarter mile. It's a decent pace. He's on top by a length and a half. Skippy Longstocking on the outside second. Nest has made her way up into third as they make their way to the backstretch here. And then it's a 3-wide run for Golden Glider. Mo Donegal between horses. Creative Minister down on the inside. Barbara Road, who was closer, has been taken back to second last. And Sunny Leone and Rich Strike are going to have to come from dead last here. They're trailing the field after a 48.49 half mile. So up the backstretch in the Belmont, We the People and Fabian Pratt. 3/4 of a length ahead of Skippy Longstocking, who continues to stick with his front runner up the backstretch. Then Golden Glider, Nest, Mo Donegal to the outside. Creative Minister is next. Then Barbara Road, he's got 5.5 to make up. Rich Strike continues to race in the back of the pack. The Kentucky Derby winner is last up the backstretch, 3/4 up in 1:13.23 seconds. They race for the far turn. We the People has been in front all the way so far. The lead is 3/4 of a length over Skippy Longstocking. And then it's Nest on the inside in third. She's just in behind the leader. Mo Donegal is fourth on the outside. Meanwhile, Rich Strike is still last, and he's being ridden to go now by Sunny Leone at the back of the pack. Around the far turn, We the People trying to take him every step of the way. Skippy Longstocking has been second throughout. Nest is third, just in behind them. The filly is just in behind the front-running pair, and Mo Donegal is moving on the outside. Rich Strike is out of last, but he's got a lot of work to do. Skippy Longstocking has come up to the neck of We the People, and Mo Donegal comes charging up on the outside, and they're into the stretch, and Mo Donegal has taken the lead as they arrive at the final furlong. Nest is moved up into second, then We the People, and Skippy Longstocking. It is going to be Mike Rapoli 1-2. Mo Donegal and Nest. Mo Donegal and Irad Ortiz have won the Belmont Stakes. Start. They're off in the Kentucky Derby. And Chase's Road has a very good beginning and goes out to the front. Reincarnate and Kings Barnes have speed too, and Verifying will join them from the inside. So it's these four early on. Confidence Game and Two Fills drafting in behind them. And then Hit Show to the inside. They're being followed by Rocket Can and Raise Cane. King Russell is next. Cyclone Bishop to the outside. And then comes Mandarin Hero and Disarm. Dermis Otagake has been taken well off the pace here. He is near the back of the pack early on. And then comes Mage, followed by Sun Thunder, Angel of Empire, and Tapit Trice. The two favorites are second to last and last as they race to the backstretch. It is Verifying in front. Kings Barnes on the outside second. This opening quarter mile was quicker than we expected, 45.73 seconds. And then it's Reincarnate running in third on the outside. Two Fills follows in fourth. Confidence Game fifth. Hit Show is sixth. He's racing 6 lengths off the lead. Break up another 2 to Rocket Can. And then Raise Cane to the inside. Disarm is next. Mandarin Hero has 9 lengths to make up, and fellow Japanese runner Dermis Otagake has moved through on his inside. Angel of Empire has passed a few too. He's down on the rail as they make their way around the far turn. Kings Barnes, the undefeated runner for Todd Pletcher, is the leader. Here's Two Fills making a move on the inside, and the two of them hook up, and Jareth Loveberry has taken Two Fills to the front. And Kings Barnes is running in second. Hit Show is circled up on the outside as they come to the top of the stretch, and they're into the stretch, and Two Fills has turned for home on top. Kings Barnes, here's Mage coming strongly down the outside. Angel of Empire is putting in his run, and there's 1 furlong to run. Two Fills on the inside, trying to hold off Mage. Mage has taken the lead here as they come into the final 16th, and it is going to be Mage to win the Kentucky Derby. We are ready for the start. They're off in the Preakness. It was a very good start for National Treasure today. Mage came out pretty well. In fact, he's going to be close. There goes Coffee with Cristo, moving up on the outside. Blazing Sevens away, running in third. Mage closer to the pace today. He's 3 lengths off the lead with 1 lap to go. Red Route 1 is next, and then Perform. And late running long shot, Chase the Chaos chases National Treasure into that first turn. He's on top by 2 lengths. Goes by that opening quarter mile in 23.95 seconds. Pace is a moderate one. Coffee with Chris, the Maryland runner, is second. And then Blazing Sevens on the outside. Javier Castellano finds a cozy spot with the Kentucky Derby winner Mage. They're 4 lengths off the lead entering the backstretch. Route 1 is right to the inside. Then comes Perform and Chase the Chaos. The half mile, a pedestrian one, was 48.92 seconds. Advantage National Treasure, who heads up the backstretch 3/4 of a length ahead. Coffee with Chris is second. Red Route 1 has made a move on the inside. Blazing Sevens is 3 wide. Mage is right behind them. He's still 3 lengths behind with a half mile left. Then Perform and Chase the Chaos. Around the far turn, National Treasure is the leader. Javier Castellano has now taken Mage to the outside. He's moved up into third as Blazing Sevens takes on front-running National Treasure coming toward the top of the stretch. National Treasure off the turn in front. Blazing Sevens alongside. Mage is 2.5 lengths behind them. Red Route 1 cuts the corner, and they're into the stretch. National Treasure taken on by Blazing Sevens. Mage wanders inside. Still work to do with him. National Treasure digging in. Blazing Sevens. Mage is third. It's National Treasure. It's Blazing Sevens putting on a show in the Preakness. Who's it gonna be? It's gonna be National Treasure.
Breaks first. National Treasure is looking for the lead again today. Down toward the inside, Tap and Choose is hustled away. Forte was off to a good start. He's in between horses. So they make that long run into the first turn. Preakness winner, National Treasure, is in front. Plenty of room at the inside for Tap and Choose. Arcangelo rides the rails around the first turn. Third. Forte's up close there. It's right in between horses. Fourth. Hitshow is 3 wide outside him in 5th position. Then it's long shot Il Miracolo. Angel of Empire on the outside. Another 2 lengths back to Tap and Trice, second to last. And the late running stretch runner, Red Route 1, is the trailer. The opening quarter went in 23 and 3/5 seconds as they move through the first half mile here. Once again, National Treasure is in front. Stronger than the Preakness, though. He had to run a half in 47 and 3 to keep that lead. So it is National Treasure, the leader down the backstretch. Hitshow in close pursuit second. Tap and Choose down on the inside, races third. Angel of Empires in the clear fourth. Arcangelo is 5th. Surrounded by horses is Forte. He's 6th, but he's only 4 lengths from the Preakness winner. Then on the outside, it's Tap and Trice. He's got clear running to extend those long legs of his as they enter the far turn here. There's 5 furlongs to go in the Belmont. Now Morocco is second to last. Red Route 1 has trailed throughout. They are still chasing National Treasure. Arcangelo there toward the inside. Tap and Trice is revving up on the far outside. Angel of Empire and Hitshow. And Forte has dropped 6 lengths off the lead. There's 3 furlongs to go. Arcangelo comes through on the inside of National Treasure as the field turns for home here. Tap and Trice on the outside. Angel of Empire is fully extended. Hitshow comes off the inside. National Treasure is determined on the outside. Arcangelo is fiercely determined. Arcangelo coming to the 8th pole. Trying to pull it off. He's in front by 3. He has Genesis National Treasure. And it's Hitshow. Forte's coming right. Oh, he's got a chance. Forte coming out the outside. He couldn't do it. Arcangelo has thrown it. Getting ready to turn it for home.
They're off in the Kentucky Derby. Fierceness had an okay start. He came away in the middle of the pack. Track Phantom will go to the early lead, and now John Velasquez gets Fierceness into the mix. Stronghold is there. Epic Ride goes up on the far outside. Just Steel is close up too as they race past the first time. And then comes Mystic Dan down on the inside of West Saratoga. Resilience is next. Then comes Society Man on the outside of Just a Touch. Catalytic along the rail. Nordic is next, saving all the ground into that turn. Then comes Catching Freedom, Domestic Product, Rambo the first. Then Japan's Forever Young down on the inside. Sierra Leone has 3 horses beat. They are T.O. Password, Honor Marie, and Endlessly. So this important half mile coming up here, they run that first half in 46.63 seconds. Pace is even enough, not flying. Track Phantom the leader. Just Steel perched up on the outside second. Fierceness is third just outside of them. Then Stronghold, Mystic Dan to the inside. And Epic Ride 3 wide. West Saratoga in behind that group. Then Stronghold, he's got 7 lengths to make up. Look back for Sierra Leone. He's still about 14 lengths behind as Track Phantom passes the half-mile pole with the lead. And Fierceness is moving now. And going right with him is Just Steel. The 3 of them across the track. Then Longshot Epic Ride. Mystic Dan toward the inside. Stronghold is next. Then Fierceness. Sierra Leone and Forever Young still with work to do. Forever Young is starting to pick it up as they come toward the top of the stretch. It is Fierceness who's moving up on the outside of Track Phantom. And there on the far outside, here comes a run from Stronghold and Resilience. And Resilience has now moved up to take the lead as Fierceness is given way, coming by the 16th pole. And Mystic Dan has now come through on the inside. It is Mystic Dan down toward the inside with the lead in the final 16th. Forever Young, Sierra Leone is coming. These 3 coming down to the wire. Who's it going to be? Oh, it's a photo of the Derby. Oh, it's a photo. Was it Mystic Dan or was it Sierra Leone? Forever Young was between them. Catching Freedom, finish fourth. A photo finish to decide the 150th Kentucky Derby.
One of the tightest finish we have seen in the Derby. In 1996, Jerry rode Grindstone to win by a nose. It was too close to call and determined by a photo. That's the last time we were this close in trying to figure out who won the Derby. It's a bob of a head at the end. We get a tight look now at the finish as the 3 come down towards the end.
It looks like Mystic Dan
on the inside.
Nose, by a flared nostril, but obviously that's a very, very subjective and unofficial thought.
Mystic Dan on the inside. It is the mirror there that will get the photo. So at the end there, as you watch them bob, that's the only look that's right down the line. And that dramatic finish here. One more look at the very end. The mirror is where we're looking. Mystic Dan was the horse holding off the other 2 at the end.
And a brilliant decision by jockey Brian Hernandez.
They're off in the Preakness. Mystic Dan came out very well. So to Imagination. Sees the Gray. Goes up in between horses, and Brian Hernandez is going to take back on Mystic Dan as Sees the Gray takes the early lead. Imagination on the outside is second. These 2 to set the pace 3 lengths ahead of Mystic Dan and Just Steel. Then Catching Freedom. Tuscan Gold in behind them. Uncle Heavy and Mugatu at the back of the pack. The opening quarter mile was 24.04 seconds for front-running Sees the Gray, who has seized the lead. And Frankie Dettori is keeping Imagination well off the rail in second, a length behind. And then comes Mystic Dan, who's on the rail just alongside of Just Steel. They've got 2.5 on Catching Freedom, who's 5th and 7 lengths off the lead. Then Tuscan Gold, Uncle Heavy on the inside, and Mugatu. 47.33 was the half mile for Sees the Gray, who heads up the backstretch in front with Imagination, his closest pursuer in second. Just Steel and Mystic Dan are heads apart, 3rd and 4th. Catching Freedom is well held, 5th in behind them with 5 lengths to make up at the half-mile pole. Tuscan Gold is next. Around the far turn they go. And it is still Sees the Gray who leads the way for D. Wayne Lukas and has been there every step of the way so far. Mystic Dan has made a move, and now he's just to the outside. He's taken second. Then comes Imagination in third as they come to the top of the stretch. Sees the Gray turning for home in front. Mystic Dan confronts him. Catching Freedom now right behind and swinging to the outside. Sees the Gray is still there. Mystic Dan bearing down on the outside. Sees the Gray won't go away. Mystic Dan Catching Freedom moving down the center of the track. But Wayne Lukas has done it. Sees the Gray wins the Preakness.